live. Hello everybody, welcome back to Chinese brush painting, landscape painting class at Joslyn Center in Southern California. Today is very beautiful winter day. It's pretty cold. Wish you all you're doing well. So we're going to study another song master. The first one we did was Fan Quan, northern song master in 10th or 11th century, I forgot. But this artist named Ma Yuan that we'll study is the late Song or the southern Song dynasty landscape. After the northern China was conquered by the Mongols or the Normans. So they moved to the southern capital called Hangzhou, near the West Lake. It's my hometown actually. They stayed there for 1.5 century, in the early 13th century. So the landscape style has significantly changed from the northern Song's monumental landscape, the kind of all-inducing composition, to very small, like this one we did last time. This is a nice homework by Maggie. Maggie, thank you, Maggie, for showing this. A complete picture from last week. This composition is one of the typical southern Song style, I will say, with a round shape. Okay, the rounded. We call it the fan.
Oh.
The fan. Yeah, it's a. I put the template behind so you can see it's a plan fan. If we had time, I can do it in class to show you how to do this. So the fan face is the one of the most popular formats in southern Song. So we have like a whole volumes of this kind of work, but not preserved in the fan on the fan. Most of them are mounted on auburn leaves. So the original painting that we're going to study is about this size. The original size is like this. It's like I printed. This is the original size. It's a little bit bigger than 8 inch square, or 25 by 26. That's the size we're working on. Okay, so if you want to paint bigger, it will be fine. So you can enlarge it, but not smaller. Thank you.
Is that fan corrugated or smooth?
The fan, it's
Yeah, I bought some fans and they're kind of like.
oh no, that's the different fan. That's folding fan. This is not a folding fan. This is we call it the palace fan. It's
yes.
it's just a plain silk. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I put a template behind, so I may do it if you're interested. This is I bought just this plain one, so you can paint on it. That's but we're going to use rice paper that's very thin, as thin as the silk. I bet they have the template behind the silk when they paint. Okay, so they would draw something on paper with ink and then see through silk. Yeah, we have that kind of remains in the cave of Dunhua on the left. When they do the mirror, they also have this design templates and drawing. Yeah. Okay. So basically, with this small format, either auburn leaves It could be a square, or a round fan shape. Let me just draw some circles or like an anvil. Okay. But the imagination is very big. They don't really paint like the nickname they gave by the art historians. This kind of painting is called a one corner landscape. Usually just do something like, just like that. I just exaggerate. So basically it's something like this, right? So you have most stuff on the lower half corner. It could be on the left or right corner. It could also be on the top. I have seen paintings like a cliff, something like that, and then a hanging plum blossom by the same artist. It's also plum blossom and some ducks, just a few ducks. So this could also one corner. So the corner could be this corner or that corner or this corner. It's so his nickname in art history is Ma Yuan, or one corner Ma. And his follower is Xia Gui. Did you buy the book from Amazon? They sell it, the long.
I found one that in that series that was Snowscape, so I got that one.
Oh, yeah. So I just bought that book. I showed you in the other class. So Xia Gui is his follower. So together, this style, this one corner landscape, is also known as Ma Xia style. The combination of their last names, Ma Xia style. In art history, okay? There are two of the four great masters in the Southern Song dynasty. But just remember Ma and Xia are the same. Actually, the others also have this similar style. Liu Li, Ma Xia. But I'm just concentrating on Ma today. Ma. Okay, Ma Yuan is his name. Ma Yuan. Okay. Or Ma Yijiao, or that's just a nickname. One corner Ma. Okay, one corner Ma. Yeah. What that suggests is, when you compose a picture, the emphasis is on not evenly spread. Okay, the objects are concentrated on maybe 1/3 of the composition. And a modern master, I mentioned this in previous lecture, I think, used the 5 different characters to help us memorize or conceptualize the layout, the balance and the concentration of the composition. The first one is this. Let me just write all of them. You can tell me which one is what we are working on. You don't have to read them, but just take this as a style type, okay? And you can tell me what this suggest. Okay. This composition is like this. Okay. And this one is this. 甲由虚. This one suggests that most of the objects are on this side, and you can have something there, right? Okay, but I just just give you some concept. It's not exactly what you see in the picture. It's what's not shown. That's the idea. So idea writing means you must have this kind of idea first, not the trees, rocks first. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what we call 写意, or this kind of painting is called 写意. Even Gongbi, the elaborated style, also have this concept, right? You can see here. Or this, just flip this will be this character, so you can have the mountain on the opposite side. So like I said, you can have, so that will be 泽. Okay. You don't have to pronounce them. It doesn't make any sense. It's not the meaning of these words, it's the image of them that makes sense for us. So we borrow this from calligraphy to summarize the composition. And this one is the one we did last week.
Yeah.
The Z, yeah, the Z. Okay. Okay. To satisfy your curiosity, I also help those who read Chinese to memorize it. First, reason, must, principle, or 则 means rule. First reason must rule. This means of, or it. So to translate this sentence, maybe if you want to make a sentence, the first reason must follow it. Yeah. This means first, 甲, yeah. In the cylinder system, the calendar system. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Now we talk about another word, which is extremely important to paint plum blossom branches. Whether it's in landscape or flower and birds context. It's called, let me write this Chinese saying first. Okay, I try to write the traditional characters. Okay, this saying is like when we paint orchids, right? You have like this is called a phoenix eye, right? But in painting the branches, crossing branches of a tree, of a plum blossom, plum tree. This is correct. This is the character. 女 means woman. or ladies. You will see this on the ladies' room in China. If you, Li, yeah. This says without Ni, it will not form the plum tree.
So without the crossing.
Yeah, without the crossing, this shape. This is very you can cross the, when you make a crossing, let's just look at this. Now I need to ask you to help me identify how many Ni in this tree. Okay, how many Ni in this tree? So let's go from the top. So there's a Ni. Let's do this part, the middle one. That's the most important part, I think. Okay, you see this one. Is that a Ni? This part?
Right down.
This part? Can you see that? That's the shape inside. So usually it's formed by. It's formed by, the kids when they write, they have a way to help kids, or maybe themselves they invented this rhyme saying 7 加7, 7 plus 7 equals to 你. 7 加7, right?
7 plus 7.
Yeah, they have a rhyme. I think when they say 7 加7 means the female student in the class. The male is 田家利, right? In the school we said 田家利. Field plus power is man, and 7 plus 7. 7 plus 7 is a woman. I don't know how. I don't remember how to sing it, but that's how when we learn the characters, we all know this kind of rhyme. Maybe you can tell. Do you know this?
No,
田家利.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
So this is 7 plus 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that's the 你. So you can see what they use lots of words to describe this kind of style. If you watch the lecture by the late Professor James Cahill, right? On YouTube, he used like angular branches or angular, right? With the sharp turns. So that's the kind of then you will see this kind of
Yeah, I see them.
everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I can see something down there, like that. So, but when you make the crossing, you need to make sure some in the front, and some are. So the front one should go first, and then the crossing branch could be soft, but with little like a single stroke branches, you can go right across. But with double ones, you need to make a gap. Avoid the hard crossing, otherwise they'll fight, right? So you usually do the front branch first, then the one behind, right? And the other principles we discussed earlier in the class would still help. Like this, when you make a transition from the double to the single, you need to make a gradual change like that, so they don't go like suddenly into to avoid something like this, right? So you need to put you need to make a more gradual change, not too fast, like from double to single, all right? So I think that's the concept part for today. So you remember the keywords of the composition. So this character, this composition is the second type we call the you, right? You, I translate it as reason, but it could be also from, or something like that. It depends on the context in the grammar. This character has most of the things in the lower half, okay? I'm going to use my table to do the demos, so you can come to the front. I'm going to change the, sorry about the shake. Okay. Let's set this up here. Try not to touch it. Yeah, you can bring your chair if you want, or stand by. Okay, I'm going to do, maybe I'll do the paper first. If we have time, I'll do the fans, okay? Oh, it's hot. I just got it. Too hot. Okay, let me get some. Yeah, you all got this piece of this paper, right? You can. Yeah, it's very fragile, but I will mount it. We can mount it in the middle, so that's how we do it, I think. So this one is roughly about the same size as the original. I cut it like that, so we can I think just put a clip or something there. You can use a paperweight, but this may be a little bit stable. So you can lift it if needed to see that. And let me get the color copy here.
I don't know which is better, the color or the. There you go.
I really want to show you this app, so you can use that as a reference as well. I'm not sure if it will block the view, but it's probably fine to show them as well. I'm going to use this as a. Okay, I put okay, this way. All right. I just need to fix this on the. You can put a little tape to hold it, so you will not fall.
I've never seen this done.
You can. Yeah, this is what they use to trace like cartoons or figures.
you can use pencil for this step and then paint without this, but I will just do this because it also serves as a camera. Yeah, thank you. I got it. Maybe I just put it like that.
Is that a medical tape?
Yeah, it is medical tape. It's a surgical tape. So just put something like that, so you will
To
not.
hold it.
Yeah, so you will not
Okay.
flip. So sometimes I want to have the maximum. The camera can see more. Okay, like you can see the dark is the original. So this one is like that. It's the size the same. We can try and see. There's a button that says move. You can move the picture or move the papers. So usually I just move the picture to fit the paper. So the paper could be larger than the view. So you have to enlarge or shrink the picture. Let's say this is the edge. So you can see my finger right there, right there. Okay, so this is the tree right here. Or you can see this peak, right?
Right.
So this peak is right here. Okay, this picture needs to be enlarged. So like that to fit this size. I think that's about it, right? And then, yeah, that's exactly match, right? So we don't need the 100%. We're not duplicating a fake painting like Zhang Chen does. If he has this tool, he definitely will use it, right? Okay, so then you press the move again, so it's now aligned, so I can move around if I need.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's then you have to align again. So
What are you going to use that for? Tracing?
tracing and so I can see through. Like I can do this figure. I cannot really see that figure right there. So if I okay, let me see how to do this. If I move this, the alignment is messed, so I have to realign every time. So if I just do this figure part with this, then we'll do the other part without it, okay? So that's a typical usage for this. So you need to align the figure right here. So you can enlarge this part, just see the figure.
So that helps you, that
And
helps you
then
see
move-
it, and then that helps you
Yeah.
trace it easier? Is that the idea?
You don't have to have the things underneath it. Let me just show you on the plan paper. Okay, you don't understand. Okay, so the plan paper, I can get rid of this top layer. It's like onion skin. You understand? Onion skin layer. So this one, I'm not. I can enlarge or shrink to fit the size I'm working on. So you can draw just like a canvas. Okay, just like you want to do this big. So you can you see it? Let me show you. Oh, sorry. I messed up something. So you can move the, what is the camera, right? Camera. Oh, okay, the camera can go this way. So the camera could go like a shrink, focus, or zoom in and out, right? Then you can fix that and then match the picture with that. And then when it's aligned, you just press the move again, so it's fixed. But you during this session, you don't want to change the positioning again. And then, but you can move here when you do this part, and you have to align this top with that painting again. So this is so they can change. If for small painting, you don't have to move. If you use a rack or a little like this, something like this, you don't have to move the, if the phone is like this high, you can see the whole thing. But the problem is you cannot see this. So I want to see my hand movement here. So my brush is like there. But if I cannot see, I can enlarge. So I can trace it to like this. Like I just,
Oh, so you can watch yourself paint?
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. I paint it like a magnifier.
I got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I use this. Okay, maybe we just use this as a recording tool. So I will put on the camera rack without blocking the view. So this is just to show you how you can. There are numerous tutorials on YouTube you can learn from. Those will show you how to use this software. I just use it as a recording tool.
So
I
you
just
gotta
put
be
in the-
careful that you don't go too big because it's being magnified.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I
I
would
don't
think,
think I'd use it.
I would have to really practice.
Yeah, it's beyond my pay grade, that's for sure.
Yeah, it takes some.
Do you need some help with that? Do you want me to
No.
move it over here?
I just use this as like a time lapse video capture. So I don't have to use this as the other functions. I just use it to record my demo into a shot. So I don't have to cut it. That's how I do it. Yeah. So it's also a camera to record my.
What kind of a camera do you have to have? What kind of phone do you need to use?
Oh, any phone.
Any phone with any
iPhone.
camera?
Yeah, anything, yeah. So this is kind of far. Anyway, I'll just do the recording right now. Okay. So I just use a small whistle brush or like this one could also be used. Let's see this one. I think I have to use one of the new ones.
I think, what's that one, do you suppose?
Looks like a,
The rock we can use this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
Just
one
bought that
for that. And then I will use this for the
I just bought that one too. Teeny.
for that figure. Okay, so you just draw. Where was my glasses? Everything's compact. Okay, so the figure is in the same style of the rock. So yeah, I just simplified them so you can see. So they go very straight, very straight lines. Okay, and but this head part may be a little bit finer, and so you just suggest that, as long as it's suggested, you don't have to do the. This assistant should be smaller. It's mostly in the 3/4 back view, okay? So this, it carries a chain or the 7-string instrument. I have a,
oh, I was going to ask you what it
I thought it was like a
was.
yoga mat or something.
yeah, this chain is the oldest instrument Confucius from Confucius time. So they carry everywhere, just like a
Like a guitar.
Yeah.
guitar, right?
People always carry
Carries
this
their
guitar
guitars.
Right.
back in the 60s and 70s.
Like that. It's kind of 7-string guitar. Zither, what they call this.
Oh,
Okay, so that's my figure, and now I'm going to use the pure ink to do the branches, and then as we talked about earlier in the class, you start from the front and this part, right? This check mark, and then so
Yeah. See, I didn't do that.
I
just-
didn't do that either.
okay. This one actually in the front. You should do this one first. I think that's the one. This is the one that comes first, and then like that, and then make frequent stops. Here's another tip. Keep a compass in mind, like 12, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can go slow. Let me go slow. And you tell me what's the next stop, right? So the brush is here. This paper is not smearing. You can just leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Tell
saw
me what's the next angle? It's 12, right? Almost
One.
12. One.
One,
Okay,
right,
one, and
And
maybe
then 12.
yeah, one,
12:30.
and then yeah. So you use that in your mind. So this is one, maybe one between two, right?
Wow.
And here you can start from top down. So this is 7 or 8, 7, 6.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
The direction that your brush is going is,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
So that's why you said 7.
6,
6.
6. Yeah, give me the number.
Oh, they're giving you the number. Okay, which
Okay.
way are you going?
Okay, so the left goes, usually from top down is easier, but you can also go up. I think I'll go from top down for this one. So let's just go from top here, okay? What clock?
7.
7.
8, yeah.
7:30.
7, and then you can have a pause, okay? 7,
6.
6:30.
6:30.
Okay, and then here is
11?
it's 8 or something, 9, or and then 5, or maybe 6. You becoming subconscious
4:30?
for a
Really?
while, yeah. But have that clock in your mind is extremely
Okay.
important. No matter what style or what media you're working on, for drawing, this clock system really helps.
Wow, I never even heard of that before. That's
This
great.
campus system, okay.
So that looks like
And
1,
3, maybe
Three.
3:15.
3:30-ish.
Okay, it
4.
goes to 4. Wow, you're getting better than me now. I don't really.
Well, everybody's got digital watches too.
Yeah.
Nobody looks at clocks anymore.
Oh yeah, we have the old watch on the wall right in the
Yeah.
classroom,
Yes.
so you can review those. Okay.
Okay,
So basically, they are not really straight, but most, and you can in the end you may summarize that most of the lines fall into maybe 5 or 7 or 1 or 2, something like that. So they're not diagonal, mostly diagonal.
Yeah.
Okay, to use the word, one word to describe it is diagonal. It doesn't matter if it's violates some natural laws, like the branches could go
Oh, I can't wait to
like
start.
it's an impression that you can just something very
Just
abstract.
one
You see
you know?
the artists really don't care other than this angular thing. So as long as the angles are correct, you can violate other laws. You can see I just go outside of the connection doesn't have to be. See, this is the style. This is the style.
I noticed that when I was tracing that.
Yeah.
It
You can go
goes over.
beyond. Yeah. and then you can add those barks later. So we just do the
I like the
contour.
dots. I love
Yeah.
them.
Okay, now
Where's he at?
let's finish the trunk, the main. So this is in the front, right? So 6:30,
Oh, there's the
and that's
9.
9. Yeah, good. 9 and 6, something like that. So you can go slow and then just
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about
I
think
will.
about the clock.
Because then you'll have some natural little.
Yeah, if I tell you
Right.
45 degree, 15 degree, doesn't make sense, right?
No, you're right.
Okay.
These-
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep counting. The
3.
3,
3, 4, 5,
5.
3.
Okay. Also, you need to pass between each term, or what is called section, right? Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure the front and back don't use different tones. So this one is this tree, this front tree, right?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a little lighter.
Yeah. The don't mess up the, and I can see even the small branches, they follow this. They keep the angle relatively within that range, maybe, you know. So yeah, that creates what we call unity, right? Uniformity, what the harmonious, the and make frequent stops. So each stroke do have like a nail head thing,
Mm-hmm.
nail head, a pass or a press.
Mm.
Then you continue. So here we have the trunk is behind this rock. Don't do the rock. Rock will be lighter and drier, different kind of texture. So do this front branch first, and some angular thing, corner turns. What we have here. Let me see. Okay, it's a little squeezed,
Little.
what we call 女, or a woman, letter,
Oh.
the character. So this is little space. This little space, the
Yeah.
smallest,
Right.
one of the smallest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you say you're using straight ink? Or
Yeah.
almost straight ink?
Yeah, just the ink. I just add water. No, you can add something. To add body, you can add some peach sap. If the paper smears, like Alan, if you want to use the raw paper, you can add some glue to this, so you will not bleed. In the past, you know, actually I've seen someone that does this in person. When I was in college, I met I dated a lady. Actually, my ex-wife. Do you know her? Your husband is hers. Knows, yeah. She taught me to lip the brush with lips. Yeah, to point to make the brush.
You use
Point,
you
yeah.
use your lips to
Your lips to
create
adjust,
a
yeah.
point. I see.
Point. Yeah. And also add
With
a
no
little.
ink, with no ink
Thicker.
on it.
Yeah, thicker. Yeah.
Good to know.
And here it's the trunk, not the mass dust. So this is something subtle, but you need to know. It seems like the rock moss.
Oh, that's
yeah.
the other part of the
that's,
trunk. I wonder
Over
if
there,
it's just
yeah.
coming straight out of that rock, but
But it's
here it is,
coming
it's
from-
behind that rock.
Yeah, this little tree root, it goes like this, goes like in a little kind of triangular shape here,
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
and then
it's
goes
tall.
goes up, and this is like that. So
There it is again.
it comes to the
Is that the
to
root?
this to the front like that. So there are a lot of little details. Even on this small painting, just using line, you can
Take me
you
from
can indicate a lot of perspective or depth by overlapping or not overlapping, things like that. Okay, and here we have. This might be a tangent, but I think it's intentional. So it kind of divided the rock into light and dark, but it's a little bit not exactly tangent. Okay, I see. So the rock is the rock. So we just use. It's almost like what's 9 o'clock, right? We can make it a little angled. So it's going to be. I got my angles
Do you
wrong.
want to use this one?
Well, no, if I put this angle like this, I cannot read it.
Oh,
It
I
has
see.
to be this way. So, yeah. And you can tell me what clock to go.
Oh.
This is
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. It's 3:30. 3 something. This is the. Well, if you make it wrong, you can make it that into the rock, and then we can add another one. So some ambiguity is fine, you know.
So it looks like the main trunk is behind the rock, but there's a branch that's coming in front.
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. Thank you for pointing that out. That's
Here.
important, right?
This?
Yeah. See, here's the main trunk.
Right.
Yeah.
But then there's
Right.
this branch continues right across the front.
Oh, okay, I see.
And,
I think it's
here
harder
are
to
some
see on that one.
Very
Yeah.
abstract
Yours.
crossing
Oh,
here.
yeah,
So,
it is.
but if you just count the nu, you know, how many triangles or those negative shapes there, it will help.
There's lots.
And there are some small bamboo behind. We'll do that later. Okay. And the bark, we don't have to do too many. I think but it's kind of patternized, like little. It helps to fill in some blank, some double line kind of thing. But this inner line should be weaker than the contour, the outer. The outer part is pretty thick. I see that, and then you can put a little what we call the knot holes kind of thing, or this kind of texture, just like wrinkle texture, and something. This is a knot hole. Oh, here is I missed the one, right? The little branches. Like
Can we
this.
practice?
Oh, you want to go back to practice?
I would like
Sure.
to. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I got the hang of it.
Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I will keep doing if you can come back. Maybe I do
Yeah.
another part to show you the other techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to do the whole thing. I just show you some techniques. For this part, you need to use either the
Milestone?
the mouth dots. I think because the line is so straight and powerful, so soft brush may not get that feel. So I'll do the background before the branches in front, so you can have a don't have to avoid all those things. This is just like a watercolor.
So once this is dry, then can you add other, like the mountains and the?
Oh, yeah.
Once that's dry, it won't smear it if you paint on it?
if the
Will it
ink
run?
dries,
Yeah,
it won't.
if it's dry, it
it
won't
It
run.
won't. But avoid a thick build-up. You know, you can have like a lot of like a puddle, and then when the puddle dries,
Oh.
you will have that problem. So I better. So the brush is not exactly. So you don't really have like a very thick build-up.
Okay.
You tend to create problems. So this one is behind, or
'Cause I
not,
already
actually
did
it's in the
my
front.
lines.
So you need to, anyway, I'll do this later. So, but this rock is, the dark tree should be finished and dry, then you
Yeah.
do the background, right?
Okay.
Okay,
And then this part
That one
you
you
can
can
do first, and then,
I did.
yeah, then you do, but if it's okay, but if you do this, it should be lighter than that. Also,
right.
this is behind. So I'm going to do this one with a little bit. I think it's a kind of indigo plus a little ink. That's
Ooh,
it.
that's
Right?
pretty.
Yeah. So just a little blue, whatever blue you got, or you can. This is. I'm not sure this got blue in it. Maybe.
Okay.
And you can use
Alright, okay.
another brush. Any brush is a little soft brush will be good, or mixed hair combination brush will be fine. And this brush is soaked, and let me get a piece of
paper towel?
paper towel, please. You need to make this into like a damp sponge to function like a sponge to pull the spreader or the puller, not like a water brush. So this one is relatively thirsty, and this one is more loaded with ink, and you can even have even more. I'm sorry.
Let's see how you do it.
So got some. Okay, on this paper, if you got water drops, just take it off. It won't before it gets dry. Yeah, it's easy.
Okay.
Okay, so you hold the brush like this. Traditionally,
Oh,
that's
wow.
how they do it. Okay.
Wow.
So first one, this is the color brush or the ink brush, right? You can just draw this. It's a little bit too light. Okay, let's see. Let me just do this part. Do it again. And you can start. This seems to be the darker part. So still, I don't want it to out of control. So it's dripping, but not maybe too. If it's too dry, it won't work. You want to have a little puddle.
The line is actually like a little puddle.
Yeah.
It's wet.
It's
It doesn't look like it's.
you can if you can
yeah.
charge a little bit.
Yeah,
You can charge a
yeah.
little bit, and then you.
And then
It's
you
a
draw
clean
it down.
brush. A clean brush. I didn't hold it in. I'm sorry. I think I messed up. It's. It should be a clean brush. Just the water. Okay, and then you pull
it
this down. Just like that. Okay, you can pull it from this direction. Just blur this inner side. Keep it the hard edge. Okay.
That's beautiful. I can do that.
Can you also do it by just having a lot of water on the brush and putting more concentrated ink on the tip?
No, not on this paper. This is like watercolor paper. You cannot keep the gradation on this paper. It will run everywhere. It will create a blossom. A blossom. Just like a watercolor paper, you know. You.
So there you go. You
It's like
let it bleed, kind of.
in one direction.
Yeah, you have the reason that you hold the brush in one hand is the timing, because if you change brush in between it will take time, and
It'll dry up or
yeah, it would. You cannot do all the lines and then do the wash. You have to do it before it gets dry. Yeah. So and this brush you can clean this frequently, clean it, and then dry it with a paper towel, and then just.
Uh-oh, might have dried up already.
You can use that as a template for your next attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if it's not enough, you can charge it a little more, and then spread again. I think. But the point is when you're done with this brush, you take all the extra off the surface. So no puddle. No puddle, yeah. Okay, we can have a little bit color change. I think maybe a little bit warm, just a little bit. Oops, I'm doing watercolor now. Yeah, see, if you keep working, the paper, even if it's very sturdy, will get fuzzy. This is the point you stop.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep working on that.
happened to me.
Just let it settle again before you tail it. Yeah. So don't touch that.
Just let it dry.
Let it dry. Let it dry. Yeah.
So when it gets to that texture,
Yeah,
you should stop putting paint or ink on
Um,
there because it's too much.
Yeah. Usually you should always wet it dry before you go to wet into wet. So that's a mistake I made. So I know it's not enough, right? Wet it dry. It's called accumulate ink. So when you have a color change, wet the first color if you want to add lavender to that. Wet it dry first, and then you add. You can use a hair dryer if you're in a hurry. Yeah, but don't do wetting. No wetting to wet. No wetting to wet. It's a wet on dry.
Yeah.
Wet on
Wet
dry
on
only.
dry,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good lesson to learn. A lot of people don't
yeah.
know this, and then they just create all this
Blossoms and.
fuzziness. But something you can do is that you can blot it if you want. But the blotting paper should be kind of smooth, not with texture, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this a little bit. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be.
It worked.
Yeah, it works. Just like that to push it
Okay, I
back.
want to practice that too.
Yeah, and you can use this just to add some nice texture. Sometimes I just like we did last time, right? I can, but this is it's advanced technique. you may mess up
Advanced
because
blotting.
yeah, you can just kind of add some dry
It's good.
dry texture to it before it gets dry. But be careful not to go too much. You may get too much of it. This kind of style is very tranquil, clean, pure. That kind of feel very reserved, kind of not so much tension, contrast. So you want to have that mood. So it's very peaceful. So to do that, you need to keep everything without too much showing, like popping stuff, like how do you say? Just like a script writing, like I did the characters, not the running style or cursive style writing.
Yeah.
So it's not a gombi kind of or fine line, but the line should be very refined or sure marks, not drafty or rough, no split brush. But the split right does exists here. Like here, you will see this kind of
Mm.
this kind of. It's called his trademark stroke. Is known as the
I have a question.
yeah.
All of this background painting, would he have done that first and let it dry and then do that?
That's
or vice
that's
versa?
possible. I have seen people copy Song Dynasty painting. They paint the whole bird 10 color first and to make it look like old with watercolor. So whatever you can do, you can create the color first. Yeah, you can do that. I've done that. Actually, if you are watercolorist, that's the way to go. Yeah. You can go from light to dark, but the classic way, the original way, is from ink. Okay, let me tell you the long story, some interpretation of how this style was developed, what we call the Song Dynasty Ma Xia style, because the emperor in the end of the Northern Song was a great artist, and he is a great patron of the Royal Academy, and he will give exam to the entry exam for recruiting the new members of the academy. So he will give a line of poem and ask the artist to paint this kind of lyrical painting in 1 hour or two, like we do.
Wow.
So they develop this style. So they just do the ink outline and then fill in a little bit of color. That's it. Yeah, so this is the style they developed to meet the time limit. Supposedly to be
Interesting.
done in 1 or 2 hours.
That's cool.
Henry, it says that this is looking at the blossoms in snow. I don't see snow.
Okay, it's not. I think. Did I say it's a snow?
No, that was the title. That was.
Oh, in the handout, the artificial intelligence made a mistake.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
It should be.
Moonlight.
It should be. It should be. The plum blossom. Yeah.
Plum blossoms.
Yeah, plum blossom.
Yeah.
But you
Man.
in the museum, you do need to use magnify to see the blossom. It's right there. Yeah, I magnified. I zoomed in
yeah.
on my computer. I can see clearly 3 colors: white, pink, and greens. Green. Yeah, just use your finger to
Okay.
enlarge it, and you will see the
plum blossoms.
plum blossoms. Yeah.
Cool.
You can see here. Thanks Shirley for bringing the color copy.
thank
So you can see very clearly that and some there on this tree there. On the computer screen, I can see the greens. Also, the green is embedded on the dark dots. Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Henry, I have a question.
yeah,
So I see on this background there is like a color.
yeah. It's a wash. It's a wash.
okay.
So
Okay.
let me see if I can just do that.
So you do the wash first?
Yeah, I think we can do the background, just to finish this part. So you can use this color with a little bit. I think everything is muted, right? So you can just use a big soft brush.
You want another paper towel or anything?
Yeah, please. Okay. The point is, if you count the value of the sky, I mean, if this is the 10, value 10, the dark,
And
the
this
ink.
is soft.
Oh, thank you.
Soft.
That will help. Yeah. So this background is like I will say 2%. Yeah, maybe.
Really pale.
Yeah, it really pale, or great like 1.
So it's got a little,
One.
does
Just
it have a
the-
little blue in it?
Yeah, something like the the brush washing brush, like in the dirty water in the
It's
brush
dirty
washer. would
water.
use. It's just like that, and you can. I think we probably, because the yellow in the silk, it will make it a little warmer. So maybe it's a good idea. If you want to add some body, you can use some white in it.
Oh,
So
Is that right?
I just
No.
tried to. This is too warm, maybe a little bit more. So, but you want to make enough. You know, something like that. Let me see. It will dry.
good.
Yeah, it will dry
Lighter.
lighter. So on this spot, I tried to do it without the white, but if I lost it, I can recover that with the white on the back. You can also,
Okay.
yeah, you can also just put a little white on the back right now and let it dry. It will serve as a
Good idea.
like a resist,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
but on the back, not on the front.
On the back.
So after
I was
mounting,
wondering about that.
after the mounting, it will shine, but not with the white matte on the
Right.
front. Yeah, that's the best way to do that, I think. I'm not sure if he draw it, but maybe you can draw that circle with a little bit line, like an anvil, a little
Okay.
anvil. This I realized this moon could be better on this tree, but I will own an original. This moon is bigger and brighter when it's just above the horizon, right? And I think this is the poetry in the 春江花月夜, the moon just arise from the horizon. There's long poem by Tang Dynasty poet, Zhang Zeduan. It's a famous poem that describe the moon just rising above the horizon like that. So we can. I see this side is a little darker, maybe on the other side. Okay, so we can ignore
There's another mount.
the other mountain. We don't have to worry about that. We can just do the whole thing with. But I do have to. If we cut this paper, I think it's okay to go beyond the paper border. But you can just wash that. This is flat wash. So flat wash, you can use a side brush. Just do this evenly, but don't go over too much times. It will become fuzzy, just like we had. Okay, this when you get to this point, let me see. Yeah, I think it's still flat. I don't see any particular reason to make this moon a little area too dark, right? So you can just keep doing that. I try not to touch that for now. I see. Okay, so I'll just go around this. And there's still like a stroke, fewer stroke, the better. But you can feel the qi movement, the energy. Like now you could have smear. It will happen because I know it's going to
It's still
happen.
wet.
Yeah, it's still wet, but that's okay.
Doesn't look bad
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. It's
yet.
So will it still smear even if it's like totally dry?
yeah. If you brush too much, it will. So try to do it in fewer strokes, and this is how I try to avoid it. It's as if there's snow on the branch. Maybe I just go avoid that. And I wet the outside first. At least I can go around, but you don't have to really be too too hard on that. That's about it, I think. And this should be kept gradually into the mist, I think.
So then you just sort of fade it.
Yeah, fade it
as
away.
much as you can.
You can just wash the brush and then bring it
Oh
down.
yeah, look at that.
But you want to cover maybe all the way, so the moon is owning spot, and this guy's garment is owning spot with this. Okay, even this tree, you don't have to worry about that. Just cover the whole thing. Just leave the only white is this moon, and that garment.
Would you recommend like doing the wash first?
Yeah, you can do that. A contemporary Gombe artist, they tend to do that. They tend to do the atmosphere, the background wash. They just use the like the yellow ochre or something, a mix of yellow ochre, amber, and just make a gray kind of color to do the just like that. We can just kind of wash the color first, and yeah, you can do that. It's a shortcut way to do this. It works. Yeah, it will work. So we do the atmosphere first. Right? Okay, here is the hut of the hatched roof, right here.
I thought there was
Where is
something there.
This is the rooftop. This is the residence of this
there.
guy.
Oh, I
Wait a
thought that
minute.
was
Oh, I
hills.
thought that was
Wait a
a
minute,
river.
where is that?
Here? No.
It's by, is that it? No, I don't see it.
Unless it's that.
Oh, this is a bad copy, you can't see much detail.
Okay. Let me just to finish all the. So we just use very pale kind of color. This guy could be washed. Okay, they just wash that. It has some blue cloth, and okay, this one. You need to bring that down. Now it's dry. I can do a second layer. Okay. Let me see. Second layer here. Just use the side of the brush. I use whole brush. Okay. The face is kind of white. You can use you just leave it blank. Yeah, that's that part is still damaged. Okay, this open part is kind of warm. Huh?
You gotta
This.
drop it there.
Oh, thank you. Okay, this rock needed to be differentiated from the. I try to keep that open.
Mm-hmm.
That gap is very important to see through. So that's you can just shade all this part. Okay, then and we have to wait to dry to do the distant mountain behind the. Yeah, this part is this is dry. So yeah, but this part is not. Right? Okay. Yeah, we have to wait for this last layer a little later. And that's about it. Okay, this part should be a little yellow. Let me make it clear it's the hatched roof. A little bit kind of straw color or something. That's a little bit different. I would use more the definite lines to do that. And you can have little yellow there if you want. But I think you could put some Naples yellow or something on the back side to warm it a little bit. Just my interpretation. So I put it on the back side with some maple yellow, kind of yellow. Yeah, that's it.
And then
Yeah, can we paint?
Huh?
Is it okay if we go back
Oh
and
yeah,
practice
yeah,
for a
yeah,
while?
yeah.
'Cause we
Yeah,
run
you
out of
can
time.
you can practice. I have to wait till it's dry to
Oh, good.
continue.
Okay, great.
Okay.
There are no plum blossoms that we actually see, right? So,
Not yet.
It is there.
They're there, but.
Need my magnifying
my
glass.
eyesight is
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
so
there's
good.
also
There are
yeah.
a few,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the characteristic of plum blossom. If you go see them in the park, like Japanese garden.
Yes,
you
I
will
go
see
to
them.
the Huntington and
Yeah. Huntington.
they're right on the branch, yes.
Right. Because
Yeah.
the proportion you cannot paint it larger than that.
I see.
That's the how big it is. Just the one dot, one flower. Yeah.
Yeah.
No background wash needed. I mean, no pink wash needed. That would be peach.
So
peach
there will
blossom.
be a peachy wash here.
I don't really like the peach wash there, so it might be a little bit brown. That's all. Because
Yeah.
it's a night.
It is night, yeah, so
moonlit,
it's very muted colors.
moonlit
Yeah.
landscape. Yeah.
And when I looked at this, the moon looked very small to me.
Good question. I think if you take a picture of the moon with your phone, you will see
It's small.
It's small, yeah. Because proportionally.
I know,
must be
it
like
just,
that.
we don't notice these things till we notice them.
Right, yeah.
So what's your next step here when it dries?
It doesn't matter. Just complete all the details on the tree and rock. I think the rock, I haven't really done that. It's like a boneless painting right now. It's like watercolor. But you can start to appreciate it. That's good. So that's a good idea. You always paint from everywhere, not just finish one part and then another.
Right.
So it's keep balanced. You can stop at any point and appreciate any step. Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, and enjoy.
Oh, I need to start again.
I'm starting again too.
Oh, I have extra paper if you want to pay me to get more. Or you can use the paper you bought. Did you bought any? Oh, you didn't. I have the paper in rolls here. Also, you can buy $3 per piece. Yeah.
What's the name of the paper?
Chicada wing paper.
And is it anything, I have dragon cloud and thin pea. Are they the same?
You can try those. They're different, but they are absorbent, right?
A little bit. I
Yeah.
think the dragon cloud is resistant.
Okay, you can try that. If
Okay.
it works for you, that's good. Why not? Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a sheet from Sandy,
Okay.
'cause I
Yeah. You can share. Yeah, that's good. I know you guys again together. Okay. So for those of watching on YouTube, I will take a break. Maybe how much time we left? So we only have 15 minutes today, huh? So maybe we'll continue next week. What about that? Okay. Yeah. Oops, sorry about this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.